This is Pastor Marquise Franklin from New Creation Christian Center presenting to you a word for today by Annis Faye. We pray that these short devotionals will impact your life. Now let's tune in.
The father has to instruct, which means teach his children, lead by example, and then let God become real to his own children. See, a lot of times as a parent, you want to not only tell your people about you, tell your kids about Jesus, you should live before them so that they see Jesus, but then also you have to allow your kids to experience Jesus. You can't be keep them safe. Now, that doesn't mean you don't protect them from things they shouldn't get into. That's not what I'm saying. But you can't say, well, I'm not going to let my son and daughter drive until they're 25. Well, first of all, I hope they're still not living in your house at 25. That's the first thing, because that's not good. Secondly, they're not going to learn responsibility if you don't give them responsibility. I couldn't wait till my kids drove. I couldn't wait. Matter of fact, Annis, when Marquise was 16, and Marquise's birthday is on Christmas Day. So he couldn't have gotten his license on his birthday, but he didn't want to take driver's ed at the school. And Annis said, and I didn't know what to tell her. Because I was like, I just told, boy, you're going to take it, I don't care what you say. But Annis got into, Marquise, don't you want to try? Don't you, you have more freedom and you'll be able to do more things. And she kind of just worked on and sooner or later he finally gave in and said, yeah, I guess I should learn how to drive. And I'm thinking to myself, man, when I was driving when I was 15 and I shouldn't have been driving. I lived in the south end of Seattle. I went to school in North Seattle and I drove to school and I didn't have a license. On the freeway, all the time. Yeah, I was bad. But my mom let me do it. So I know I said I wasn't a great driver. I mean, I wasn't like, when I was on the freeway, you don't play on the freeway. So I drove, and my best friend, I think he was a little older than me. But finally, before I almost got a ticket one time. When I think I was 16, I hadn't got my license. I went through driver's ed, hadn't got my license yet. And I was going swimming one day, and I forgot my permit, which like it matters, but it wasn't a car. So I was getting ready to make a U-turn, and the police was coming over the hill. So instead of making a U-turn, I made a straight left turn, because I said, oh no, here they come. And then I pull in to the dead end, and all of a sudden there's police cars everywhere. I'm thinking, they don't get that much trouble for a U-turn, So I'm thinking, what's going on here? And so I open the door, they tell me, don't get out of the car. I said, uh-oh. Obviously they got me mixed up with somebody. So then they come and ask me for my license, and I do checking to see if I got my license. Oh man, I said, actually no, I was getting ready to go back home to get it. But fortunately, they asked for the registration. Well, of course, the registration is in whose name? My dad's name, which is the same as mine, so I pull out the registration. And that's Harold H. Franklin. And I said, yeah, I got my license, I was going back home and getting it. He said, okay, well, we were looking for somebody who was driving a red car, the usual story. You're not him, so go get your license and be careful. I said, yes, sir, yes, sir. And right then I said, man, I better get my license before I can't get it. So I went and got my license. I think that 2 weeks later I went and got my license. Rick took me out there to do the driving test, and I went and got my license. But I say that story because we have to allow our children to see that they have to learn how to navigate life without us always at their shoulders telling them how to turn or how not to turn. What they should hear, if you've instructed and led well enough, is when, and my kids can attest to this, when they're in certain circumstances, they will hear your voice telling them, ooh, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. That's not the right thing to do. because you've instructed them to do the right. That's why it's so important. You know, a lot of times parents say, well, man, my kids don't listen. Whether you think they listen or not, they heard you. And God brings it back to them when they're in those circumstances so that they can avoid the pitfalls of life.
We pray that this message has encouraged you today. And we invite you to join us Saturday nights at 7 p.m. in the Emerald City Bible Fellowship building located at 7728 Rainier Avenue South, Seattle, Washington, 98118. Once again, that's Saturday nights at 7 at 7728 Rainier Avenue South, Seattle, Washington, 98118. If you have any prayer requests, comments, or questions, visit our website, newcreationwa.org. And on there, we have our links to our Facebook and Twitter sites as well. We would love to hear from you. God bless you.